What's up, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ndifon Ntui. On this channel I post sewing tutorials. I drop videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and on Saturdays. So if you're interested in stuff like this, please make sure to check back on those days in order to watch new content. If you're a beginner or if you're a person who wants to brush up on your skill, I offer online courses. I'll be showing a demo on how to make a jumpsuit for you to watch and decide if it will be convenient for you to learn online. If you're interested, please send a Telegram message to the number that you can see on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. I will see you in the next video. Do have a lovely day. Bye bye. Yo, what's up? Hello, you're welcome to the channel. You're welcome to the video. So in this video I'm going to show you how to cut and sew the asymmetric part hem that we have on the picture that you've seen on the thumbnail. So now this flare is quite easy. It's just like cutting a regular 360-degree flare, but you're going to keep it in steps, as one step being longer than its predecessor. So how we're going to go about this is, first of all, we're going to draft a 360-degree flare. If you don't know how to draft flares, I have a video on how to draft 360, 720, 1440-degree flare. So go and check that out if you don't know how to draft the flare. So for me, I'm going to make this as a skirt, not as a top. Okay, I've made a lot of tops on the channel. This video is just going to be focused on the bottom part of the top, not the top as a whole. That's why the title said how to go about cutting and sewing the flare. So to begin, I'm going to use the waist measurements because that's where the skirt is going to be. So the waist measurement is 32 inches. 32 inches divided by 4 is 8 inches. 32 inches divided by 4 is 8. So I'm going to use my tape to make the best curve I can make, and I'm going to mark 8 inches all around. But now, because of I intend to keep my zipper allowance for installing my zipper on the skirt, I'm going to place 9 inches instead of 8 inches. The reason why I'm adding only 1 inch to the 8 inches, meanwhile our zipper allowance is supposed to be bigger than 1 inch, is because when we are folding a flare, you fold in 4 places. So if I add 1 inch to my number, that's to the 8 inches, what I have by the time we fold our fabric into 4 places like we do when we're cutting the flare, you've multiplied that 1 inch by 4. Okay, if you go back and listen to me again, you understand what I'm trying to say, in case you don't understand what I just tried to explain to you. So I'm going to place 9, that's my waist, divided by 4 plus 1 inch. The 1 inch will become 4 at the end of the day by the time we are done folding. So I'm going to use my 9 inches, and I'm going to make a curve with it. As if you've watched the whole thing, that from the beginning, you see that I kept measurements used in this tutorial. If you take a look at the skirt measurement, you will see 10/16/21. Now that is how I want the steps to be arranged on the skirt. 10, that's for the first level, 16, second level, 21, the third level. Now when I'm going to because if you look at the flare, there's something going on. One side is longer than the rest, and one side is shaped a bit straight as opposed to the roundness that the flare is supposed to have. So what I'm going to do is this: you are going to need to add whatever amount of excess you want to have on that sharp side of your flare to your initial number. Now I want the side that has that drama going on to be 5 inches longer than the rest of my regular looking flare on the skirt. So what I'm going to do is, instead of placing 10 inches for the length of the first step, I would place 15, and after I've cut out the pattern, I will show you how to modify that 15 so that you get that look. Okay, so I hope that is clear. And for all the other steps, I'll do the same thing. So on the part that's 16, I'll increase that by 5 inches. On the side that's 21, I would increase that by 5 inches after I'm done folding. So let's go ahead. So here, I hope that what I just said is clear. So here I'm going to place 15, and you come from here and you place 15. Now the next thing I want you to do, draw a straight line from here down, rule a straight line from there down. Alright, so here I have my fabric. So I'm going to fold it as you should when you're about to cut a flare. First of all, you have the whole thing, you collapse it the first time. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to simply place it on top and cut around the square. Alright, so before you scatter everything, next thing you want to do is just simply make notches at all the places where you have your folds, so that you know where they are at all times. When you are done, you open up the whole thing, and then what you're going to do is, you see this place that I notched, okay? That's why I told you to notch them, so that you will come from one of them and you will start placing the initial 10 inches that you were supposed to have as your skirt length, okay? So remember, we're supposed to have 10 inches, not 15. So I'm going to make a mark here, 10, and then simply place 10 as many places as you can. You see this, I'm placing 10, my finger on my waist here, and I'm going to simply mark 10. I'm going to keep doing this all the way around. Okay, now after you have done this, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to come from here. You see this point here where I have the sharp point. I'm going to cut from here like so, and I'm going to go around all the way to the other side. So now you see what we have here. I hope that you can see the effects that we have, where we have the same thing everywhere else, and then here is longer and it is straight. You see that it has a pointy edge. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same thing for all the 3 sides. Okay, now remember, on the first level we had 10, but we cut 15 using that pattern that we have. For the second level I have 16, so that means the second level will be 21 inches long before I cut it back to size. And then, alright, I don't know if you can see, but here I have the 3 levels. This was the first one I drafted in front of you, then we have the second one here, and the third. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on the closest fold to where I have the angle over here, and I'm going to cut from here all the way down, and this is where I would install my zip space. Okay, so I'm putting my scissors into the 3 of them. After this, I'm going to head over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to use bias to finish the end neatly. Okay, I'm going to use bias to finish the end of all of them, and after I'm done with that, I will see you on the sewing machine where we fix the band together and install the zipper. Alright, so now I have used bias to finish. Look at it here, a roll of cotton bias. I've used that to finish the edge of all the flares that we have. Okay, so look at the last part over there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stitch all the waist that I have here together. At the top, I've already pinned all parts of the waist together. I'll just join them together. Alright, after you have joined the top part of the skirt together, the next thing you will need to do is you will need to cut one of these. So this is the band that I'm going to use. Now the dimensions I use to cut this is, I have the waist measurements, that is 32 plus 4 inches of allowance, that's 2 inches of zipper allowance on each side, is 32 plus 2 inches of zipper plus 4 inches of zipper allowance is 36. So this cut at 36 with a width of 4 inches. Okay, so 36 by 4. So you take whatever circumference. If you're making it as a skirt, you take whatever circumference, but if you're making it as a top, then you are done. You simply just attach whatever we have stitched, all those levels that we stitched together, to the top part of your dress, and you can call it a day. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bend the bottom ½ inch, and I'm going to stitch it from top to and I'll stitch across it. Sorry. Alright, so when you are done stitching it all the way down, you are going to bend it like so, and you are going to keep a space of ½ inch at the bottom. Okay, so there's a rough edge here, and I'm going to stitch from here all the way down. I'm consuming ½ inch. Alright, so after you have created the band, the next thing is to attach the skirt into the band if you're making this as a skirt. Okay, so I'm going to go from here all the way down. See what I'm doing? Simply place this on the waist. Now this is the back of the skirt. You can see you're only seeing the long part. So I'm going to do this and turn it to the front, okay? Alright, so when you're done with that, the next step is you're going to turn everything to the front like this. So you see, remember I told you not to stitch this part that has half an inch. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch from here all the way down. Alright, so after that, the next thing is to close my zipper allowance and install my zip.